Ryberg. What do you mean his name's Ryback? What is going on, guys? My name is Brandon from Your Average Noob, and before we get into Raw tonight, let's remember we have to take a look at Roadblock. Here are the results from Roadblock coming up right here. We go. Now, as you can see, they are not the, there was no story progression whatsoever. These are just the results. If I had to give it a grade, I'd give it a B- because of how good the wrestling really was in the I keep on calling it pay-per-view. In the live special, the wrestling was really good in the live special. That's the only saving grace it had for me. So, our Roadblock recap is done. Time to move on to Raw. So the first thing that happens on Raw is New Day comes out, and they're talking about Budio, cereal, all that good stuff. They're basically faces at this point. They're facing League of Nations. So League of Nations comes out. It's Rusev and Alberto Del Rio trying to win the championships this time. And, of course, the New Day wins again. But then the League of Nations just destroys them flat out. And it's just like the complete babyface turn for New Day. In case there was any shadow of a doubt that New Day was turning into a face group, there is your confirmation right there. They totally went a face route by getting beaten up by I almost called them the Legion of Doom, the League of Nations. And JBL, stop referring to the League of Nations as the next four horsemen. It's making everybody really angry. You're gonna see a recurring theme tonight of JBL making me unhappy, and So Ambrose comes out after that, after the match is over. He starts cutting a promo, and JBL's talking during the promo. I'm like, shut the hell up, JBL. Like, there's no reason for you to be talking while the guy's giving a promo. It's the stupidest thing to do. Like, was nobody in his ear? Is he not wearing a headset? Are you not wearing a headset, JBL? Somebody not telling you to shut the hell up? 2 reasons you don't talk during a promo that a wrestler's doing. 1, you sound like a jackass. 2, if I miss something because I'm listening to your southern drawl where there's a promo going on, I'm gonna be really mad and I might just slide down to Pittsburgh and step on your hat. But I can calm down because Paul Heyman came out and he ripped the promo, and it was beautiful, as all Paul Heyman promos are. And Ambrose is, of course, his crazy self's like, come on, Brock, let's just go now. Well, I don't give a shit. You give a shit? I don't give a shit. And then, Heyman's like, no, we'll wait till WrestleMania. That's when we're doing it. Boom, that's it. And Heyman walks out to Lesnar's music, but Lesnar didn't walk out. He walked up to the ring, and then Ambrose pulled out a crowbar from his jacket, and I'm like, that's a thing. That could be a thing. I mean, Sting has his bat. Triple H has his sledgehammer. Why not Ambrose have his crowbar? So that ended, and then it was the Ryberg versus Sin Cara in a squash match. I think that's pretty obvious to everybody now that they're really pushing the Ryberg. In his black tights and his black knee pads and his black elbow pads and his Goldberg music. I mean what? Again, it's Oh, it's still Ryback. Okay. So after Ryberg's match with Sin Cara, he challenges Kalisto to a match at WrestleMania for the United States belt. And the whole premise of this whole feud between Kalisto and Ryberg is size matters. He keeps on saying size matters, and it's getting really awkward to me. Like, I'm not sure whether he's promoting the match or Cialis at this point. So Triple H and Stephanie McMahon come out next, and Triple H ripped off a kind of dark promo saying, oh, you all hope that you can get above authority and stop your workaday lives and something along that. And he's like, no, you just end up, growing old, being friends with your stupid high school friends, and eventually dying. I was like, wow, that's a dark promo. And then, I'm here to show the world, I'm here to show the world, yeah, man! Cue Dolph Ziggler. Oh, I love Dolph Ziggler. So Dolph comes in, he's talking to Stephanie and Triple H, and he basically says there's no quit in Dolph Ziggler, and he just says that in his promo. And Triple H and Stephanie say, fine, you can have a match with Triple H tonight, and if you win, you can pick whoever you want to take on at WrestleMania, besides from Triple H, because, he has the match with the Roman Reigns. So I'm like, cool, that's gonna be okay. If you were disappointed when you heard about that match, you're just ridiculous, because Triple H, Ziggler, that's a great match just waiting to happen. But before that, we of course needed Sami Zayn to keep on getting a push towards the top, and he took on The Miz with Kevin Owens at commentary, which is pretty much your standard way of building up a babyface. Zayn took out Miz pretty easily. The one thing I don't know if it's getting, maybe I didn't hear it, maybe it's just not there. the WWE universe as a whole, I'm talking like not just people who watch NXT, but people who watch, well, maybe casual people who watch the main roster. I don't know if they know who Sami Zayn is and what they're into here, because Sami Zayn's really, really good, and Pittsburgh just sounded quiet. Then League of Nations challenges New Day to a tag team championship match at WrestleMania. I don't know who would fight the match for League of Nations, but plus, you know, losing 2 matches in a row to the champions really earned them that push. Good for you, League of Nations. Next match was Team Bad versus Brie Bella and Alicia Fox. Yeah, there's absolutely no chance in hell of talking about that match. It was a goddamn hot mess. Question of the video: do you think Curtis Axel having both his grilled hot dogs taken, both his grilled Burger King hot dogs taken from him during the promo by his fellow faction mates, does that put a strain on the social outcasts? Your thoughts? Paige and Lana had a few words, and literally, I'm trying to listen to them talk. I'm trying to listen, and all I can think about is Paige dyed the bottom part of her hair gray. That's all I noticed. And I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, Paige, if you just break off a couple more engagements, I'm sure it'll go gray by itself. Then Charlotte had another monotone promo, of course, because that's the only kind of promo Charlotte knows how to give. I just don't know what to do with her. I mean, she's really, really good in the ring, but she's really bad on the mic. She's just monotone all the time. Sasha and Becky think they can take my championship. Well, they can because... Oh, my God. Usos took on the Social Outcasts in a match that lasted, like, what, 45 seconds? Because, you know, when we say ooh, you say oh. Oos. Oh. Then something cool happened. Dean Ambrose is just sitting in the back, and he's pondering life as Dean Ambrose does, and then he looks over, he's like, what are you doing here? And over there's just Mick Foley, and he gets a huge pop, of course. It's Mick Foley. So he talks to Ambrose and being nuts about taking this match with Lesnar, and then he basically says he's basically passing the torch to Ambrose, and he passes him a bag. And it's just like, okay. And Ambrose digs into the bag, pulls out a bat with some barbed wire on it. It was probably the coolest moment of the whole night, which is telling you a lot about the rest of Raw, but it was so cool just to see him pull out that bat with the barbed wire wrapped around all of it. Oh, it was so cool. So Triple H and Ziggler have a really, really, really good match. I'm telling you, if you did not watch this match, go back and watch as much of it as you can. It was really good. It's a Triple H Dolph Ziggler match. They're 2 of the best wrestlers in the company right now. How is it not supposed to be good? But of course, in the end, Triple H wins because Triple H needs to get over, because, I mean, he just started and all that, like, back in the 90s. He's got to get over. Then shortly after the match concludes, all we hear is Roman Reigns back for the first time in what, like 4 weeks, and he just goes on a rampage. He starts just beating the crap out of Triple H. He takes him out through the back. He's beating him against the bus. He's beating him against the door. He's taking out security guards. He's taking out refs, and then he gets he grabs like a monitor and he just smashes it over Triple H's back, and then Triple H kind of scampers away, and the Usos and Mark Henry and Jack Swagger are all saying like, dude, like, stop, man, stop. And at that point I'm like, oh, Reigns, hit them, please. Reigns, hit them. Reigns, hit them. Just be that badass and just hit everybody in your path. You just want to get a Triple H. You're so badass, you don't care who you take out. You just want to get to Triple H. And he stopped. You're so making me so mad. Then we find out that Jacqueline is the newest inductee into the 2016 Hall of Fame class. Of course, Fox Sports broke this story, as you know, CBS last week broke the other Big Boss Man Hall of Fame induction or something like that. I think it was CBS. I don't know. They keep on... WWE leaks it to these big companies, and then the companies leak it or report it, and it's like, what do you just report it yourself? It's your Hall of Fame. I wonder how much like these companies paid WWE to actually like be able to break the story, even though we've known that who's going into the Hall of Fame for a couple months now because it was leaked before. Then we had a Jericho Neville match. You remember when Neville was relevant and down in NXT and people gave a shit about him? Pepperidge Farm does. So Jericho gets disqualified like a minute into this match, and then starts telling everybody to cheer for chant AJ Styles' name, and he gets him to chant it, of course. And then AJ Styles comes out, hits him with the phenomenal forearm, which is the one where he bounces off the top. He bounces off the rope, and he does this thing with his arm right into the face. And then commercial! And of course, the last segment is Shane McMahon, Vince McMahon, and The Undertaker all going to be in the same ring, so we're all hyped about that. So first one to come out is Vince. Of course, Vince. I don't. Can't get the strut down right, but I'm over it. So Vince comes out, and then you can see there's a sign out in the crowd that says Vince's booty, and he kind of looks at it for a couple seconds. You're like, I wonder what he's thinking about that sign, but And then at one point, Vince uses the words impotent shell to describe what Shane will be after his match with The Undertaker. And I'm like, please do not use the word impotent to ever describe your own flesh and blood. It's weird. And then, long story short, Undertaker came out, and then Shane came out, and then Shane really pissed off The Undertaker, and then Shane kind of punched The Undertaker a little bit, and then Undertaker kind of hit Shane a bit, and then Shane backed off from Taker, and then Vince pushed Shane into Taker, and then Taker chokeslammed Shane, and then he tried to go after Vince, but Vince got away like a little scared bastard, and that was Raw. I should also mention Shane called Undertaker a bitch, and it was kind of funny. He called Undertaker Vince's bitch, and I loved it. But those are just my opinions on Raw this week. Let me know what you thought in the comment section down below. Leave a like or dislike on the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and if you don't mind, I have to go get myself a hot dog from Burger King, because of course they're 100% beef. Apparently. 100% something, I'll tell you that much.